my grandfather was unquestionably the greatest rugby league player of all time. And not only was he the greatest rugby league player, but in recent years, as the rugby union has acknowledged, he was the greatest rugby union player of all time. The ages of 10, he went to Albert Park Primary School in Melbourne. For 2 years of his primary school life, he played Australian rules. He loved it. And it was there he learned all the techniques of Australian rules, and he brought them all without question into rugby league. And this is one of the reasons he was such a great player. They said he was unorthodox. Just to give you one example, in rugby league, when the ball's on the ground, you dive on it and you force the ball, and then you can play the ball and it stays on you. Delhi never did that, or he hardly ever did it. He had the skill of putting his hand under the ball at full speed and flicking it up and keeping running. He developed kicking skills, accurate punt kicking and drop kicking, which is so much part of Australian rules. When rugby league first started in August 1907, the New Zealanders came over to play Australia. They were so impressed with Delhi, they asked him to join them. So he was the one non-New Zealander and went over to play in England. Well, in those days, the Morse code back all the messages, the messenger was by far the star of the New Zealand team. We were still the colonies. We were still the sons and daughters of convicts. One opportunity for establishing ourselves and our independence and our prestige and status was sport. And Delhi was considered the leader of the pack. He brought status to the country. The whole country, whether they were followers of rugby league or not, was proud of him because of what he'd done over in Great Britain in the 1907 tour. Genius is a word, I suppose, that applies to Delhi Messenger, insofar as Delhi Messenger was the greatest exponent of the game ever, and he used every technique known to win. When he stepped on the football field, he became a different person. He was in a zone, and that's the way he stayed, not just temporarily, but he stayed that way the whole match. He was out to win, and he was out to outsmart, and he was out to twist and dodge, and he was out to kick, and he was out to do everything you'd say a genius would do. But his kicking ability was extraordinary. Today, if somebody kicks a goal from halfway, it's really close to sensational. He kicked many goals from halfway, and he kicked many goals from beyond halfway. Delhi Messenger's often spoken about regarding one sensational incident where he was tackled by an opposing player. Opposition player had a firm grip on one of his legs, and so in the midst of all this, he drop kicked a goal with his usable leg, and that caused a sensation at the time, and still causes sensation inside me when I think about it. Delhi Messenger didn't set out to make records for himself, that he wasn't a selfish player. He didn't want to grab all the limelight for himself. He was a team player. He passed the ball off to anyone he could make sure was going to go over the line. He was my grandfather, and I think I was the closest person to him when he died. I'd have days out with him. We didn't discuss football, but he was very fond of nature. It was only later on, after he died, that I started to realise that my brother Ken and I were inheritors of a great contributor to Australian life.